Namaste friends, welcome to the astrology classes of S. Bhattacharya. Today's lesson on three main factors of KP Astrology. Until you don't have the clear idea on this, you can't proceed. These are the sublord of the main house under consideration and the star lord of this sublord and the sublord of this sublord. These three planets are the main key factor. Today's lesson on these planets. The difference between the significations of these three planets. These three planets are the main key factor. If we imagine a triangle in our mind, then the base part is the probabilities of any event under consideration. This is for sublord of any particular house under consideration. The middle part of the triangle is the materialization of these probabilities. This depends on the star lord of the sublord of any particular house under consideration, whether the probabilities will be materialized or not. This depends on the star lord of the sublord. And the peak point of the triangle is for the final or ultimate outcome of any event under consideration. It depends on the sublord of the sublord of any house under consideration. This triangle is applicable for any event in our life. Any event in our life, if we divide the three parts, the first part is the probabilities and the second part is the materialization of these probabilities and the third part is the ultimate outcome of this event. First part, which is the probabilities of any event, it depends on the sublord of any particular house under consideration. And the second part, which is the materialization part of these probabilities, it depends on the star lord of the sublord of any particular house under consideration. And the ultimate part, the ultimate outcome of any event, it depends on the sublord of any particular house under consideration, which is the particular house under consideration. Sorry. If we will judge the finance matter, then the particular house or main house will be the second house. If we will judge the professional matter, then the 10th house will be the primary house. I am going to give some examples. First example. If one man come to me for consulting about the marriage of his daughter, then the sublord of seventh house will indicate the probabilities of marriage. If this planet signifies the positive houses for marriage, that is second house, fifth house, 11th house, then we can say that there is positive probabilities of marriage. After that, the second part is the materialization of these probabilities. If the star lord of the sublord of seventh house also signify the positive houses for marriage, then we can say that the probabilities will be materialized. It means the marriage will take place conformly. If this star lord of the sublord of seventh house does not signify the positive houses, then the probabilities of marriage will never be materialized. If this part is okay, then we should move the third part. What is the ultimate outcome of marriage? The happy ending or not? If the sublord of the seventh house also signifies the positive houses, second, fifth, 11, then we can say that the outcome of this marriage will be fruitful, or this will be the happy marriage. Sorry. If the sublord of seventh house does not signify the positive houses, if it signifies the negative houses or the houses of anxiety, that is 8th house, 12th house, 6th house, etc., then we can say that there is the probabilities of marriage, and the marriage will take place conformably, and the ultimate outcome of this marriage will not be fruitful. This will be the unhappy marriage. If this sublord of seventh house only signifies the Maraka and Badhaka houses, then we can say that there is the probabilities of marriage, and the probabilities will be fruitful. Sorry, the probabilities will be materialized, and as a result, the native will die. Now, I am going to the second example. Suppose I am about to go to my institution. Then the sublord, then in horary chart, the sublord of ascendant will indicate the probabilities of reaching to the institution. The star lord of the sublord of ascendant will indicate whether I can reach or not. The sublord of ascendant will indicate what is the outcome after I reach my institution. If the sublord of ascendant signifies the positive houses, then I can say that there is the probabilities to reach to my institution. If the star lord of this sublord does not signify the positive houses, then I will say that ultimately I can't reach to my institution. Anyhow, if the star lord of the sublord of ascendant will also signify the positive houses, then I can say that ultimately I will reach to my institution. If the sublord of ascendant will also signify the positive houses with 11, then I can say that in my institution I will take my classes successfully with full satisfaction. If the sublord of ascendant sorry only signifies the house of anxieties, then I can say that after reaching my institution, I can't take the class with the satisfaction. Anyhow, there will be some obstacle. So, take it into the mind. In every event in our life, we have to divide it into three parts, just like a triangle. The base part, which is the probabilities of that event, it depends of the sublord of any particular house under consideration. And the middle part of triangle, it will tell the materialization of these probabilities. It depends on the star lord of the sublord of the particular house under consideration. And the topmost part of triangle, this is for the ultimate outcome. The ultimate outcome, it depends on the sublord of the particular house under consideration. If in any case, if the sublord and the starlord of this sublord of any particular house does not signify the positive houses, but the sublord of the sublord strongly signifies the positive houses, then what is the indication of this combination? If the sublord of any particular house under consideration and its starlord does not signify the positive houses, but the sublord of the sublord, the ultimate part, the sublord of the sublord of the particular house signifies the positive houses, then it indicates that the event will not be materialized in the formal way. It will be materialized in some unnatural way, informal way. How is this? We know the great poet of Rabindranath Tagore, the sublord of fifth house and the starlord of this sublord does not signify the positive houses for education. That's why he did not have the formal education or any certificate of his education. But the sublord of the sublord of fifth house positively and very strongly signifies the positive houses for education. That's why he was a scholar. He was a much educated person, but in some another way, not in the formal way. If the sublord of seventh house and its star lord does not signify the positive houses for marriage, but the sublord of the sublord of seventh house strongly signifies the positive houses for marriage, then it means that the native will not marry in any formal way, but there is a strong marriage like situation or relation in his or her life. Maybe it is a extramarital affairs. So in KP system, always watch the significations of these three planets. They will tell everything in any event in details, and you can tell any event in details, not in the form of gist. Don't tell just yes or no. It will be materialized or not. Don't tell like this. You should tell the every part of an event, mainly in three parts: the probabilities and the materialization of these probabilities and the ultimate outcome of this materialization. Hope I can explain it in details to you, and you will learn this step with great interest. I promise you that if you watch my videos step by step in a regular basis, then you will be the master of astrology. You don't need any class, you don't need any guru. Just keep watching my videos, and that is my promise that I will make you rich in the astrology knowledges. This is my promise to you. I will come to you with the series of my learning videos, and don't forget to keep watching. So friends, good night and bye bye. Tata. Namaste.